Hello, my name's Claire Evans and I'm checking in from Byron Bay. And the story that I would love to present at the Herstory's conference is about my journey through my body, through my womb, in my dedication to clearing a cancerous tumour that I had created in my womb space. So the background of the story is that I'd spent most of my life in very determined, very dedicated spiritual practices. And at the time, they were mainly the spiritual practices that were on offer: the yoga, the scriptures, the very austere sitting with a guru, quiet, going into stillness, like the ascension processes, which were I'm leaving, I'm ascending beyond my humanness, seeing the humanness as something that I need to move away from, something that isn't okay, seeing the world of matter as a place of just temptation and of, constant looping, and that to be spiritual, I need to ascend from this humanness and move towards the light. And I was very much on that path. I was very deep in, okay, I recognize all my stories come from the past, and that all I need to do is forgive, and that I'm here as a being of light and I'm in the ascension piece. And I really thought that that was all there was to it, that here I was ascending and everything was waking up with me and everything was going to be fine. What I didn't see is that I was shutting down a lot of my pain body. I was spiritually bypassing so much of my pain because I was using blanket statements like, none of this is real, there is no past, it's just a story, it's time to forgive, you did it to yourself. All of these spiritual statements that when they're used in a healthy setting, they are applicable, they do apply, and they do have an activation. But I was using them to bypass a lot of my humanness that I had not dealt with. And a lot of that humanness sat in a framework or in a story of, there's something wrong with me, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not valuable enough. And I kept pushing all of that story down, all of my pain body down, and rising and ascending higher away from it. So 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with a tumorous cancer in my womb. And at the time when this happened, I went into absolute shock and absolute, why is this happening? What has gone on? Yet underneath the busy mind, something deeper in me knew that this was occurring because I hadn't cleared a lot of my pain body. I had just been running from it. So I decided that I needed to sit with my womb. I needed to sit with those cells. I needed to do the work and to listen to the pain that was being carried in my body. And one of the biggest things, which is why I love the Herstory idea, is that I had to look at the stories about myself that I was carrying on a mental level, on an emotional level, and also on a cellular level. And as I listened, I got to hear that I was not kind to myself, I was not loving to myself, and I was constantly telling myself that I was not worthy. And back behind all of the stories, there was an abandoning of myself. I didn't have my back. I didn't trust in myself. There was such deep pain in myself. And so I saw the tumor as all of my pain sitting in one place. And it was really fascinating because as I went throughout this journey, I recognized that when I got really sad, the tumor would actually start to grow. It was a direct result of me being sad, which would increase the tumor. And when I saw that with my own two eyes on the screen through various testings, I was like, oh my God, I am creating this tumor in every decision and in every story I tell myself. So I dedicated myself to unlocking all of my pain, all of my stories, clearing it, and it did all sit in the womb for me. Stories of betrayal, of abandonment, of jealousy, of the other woman, and I had to go right into the belly of the beast, so to speak, and clear the stories. And through this, I've come to understand the wisdoms that are carried in the womb. The wisdoms of understanding and balancing our emotional body. There is such a gift offered in the womb space. She holds the wisdoms of life and death And each month when we're menstruating, we're drawn into these wisdoms, into this ocean, to feel what it is to dance between life and death, to feel all the emotions on the planet. And I came to understand that embracing my emotional body, that being with my emotions, the life and the death, the birth and the rebirth, and to learn to come into that place in the very center of that, helped me to balance my emotional body, helped me to remember my divine nature, the seat of creation that sits within my body, and helped me to weave in the magical dance of the humanness and the divine. So my journey that I would love to share with you is about what it is to be womb connected, to take ourselves deep into our body and to sit in the center of our humanness, our emotional body, and to also remember our divine nature. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing you at the event. Thank you.